All right, now it's time to start adding the text to our flyer. So what we're going to do here is we are going to start filling in all of the information that we need. And so right here at the top, I'm going to start with the heading and just work my way down. We also need to keep in mind that we need to have a scale going on when it comes to the text, and we need to use that along with our color palette that we have created over here to make it easy to distinguish between a heading, a body copy, and then an accent piece or a footer or whatever the case may be. So in this case, what I'm going to do is just select this top thing right here. I'm going to grab my text tool by pressing the letter T, and I'm just going to click one time to start typing. And so the heading is just going to say something very simple: the best in the business. And so once I have that done, what I'm going to do is increase the size of this quite a bit so that I get an idea of what it should look like. It doesn't necessarily have to be the final size, though. So in this case, what I'm going to do is bump this up maybe to about 60. And that's probably not the final because I haven't changed the font or anything like that, but I just want it there so that I can see it and make sure that everything is kind of coming out in the same weight that I need it to. All right, the second piece here is going to be this big body copy area right here. And I might actually tuck this up a little bit closer to that. So I'm just going to nudge it up with my arrow keys. And then I'll grab my type tool with the letter T again, put my cursor in there, and the story that I have for this is actually inside of a text file that I've given you in your exercise files folder. You can open that up. It's called Story. And it should open up in Word or TextEdit or whatever your preferred text editing application is. And what I'm going to do is just select all of the text here. And once I have all the text selected, I'll copy that and then go back over into Illustrator and paste it in. And so for this, I think the font is okay for now. So I'll just keep it at this current size, and I'll just shrink the box up just a tad. And then what I'm going to do is move the bullet points up and over to kind of give them a little bit of distance from this. You want these to kind of be equidistant apart from the bottom of this paragraph and this graphic down here, just to make sure that it's not overloaded or looking like it doesn't fit somewhere. And then finally, these bullets down here, here's what I'm going to do for here. I'm going to press T again, and then go ahead and click in there. And then I'm just going to type out my bullets. I'm going to type out fully certified system. Type out secured protocol. And then global manufacturing. There we go. And I'm actually going to bump up the size of these. So I'll just select those and bump up the size just a little bit on this. Doesn't have to be much, but just a little. Maybe up to like 18 points. And then I'm not worried about the little check marks. I can add those in later. And so now what I'm going to do is just select all of these text objects that I just made, and I'm just going to give them all a white color. And I'm giving them all a white color for right now because I just want to be able to see easily where they are and what I need to fix. And so I haven't obviously added any of my styles, but I can tell right now that this needs to be just a little bit further up, and this and this probably need a little bit more separation, just a tad. I could probably bump up the size of this text a little bit, or even take it down a little bit, depending, just because I don't like the way the words are flowing, but that's totally up to you. And then I forgot at the end of this to add the ellipsis, or the dot, 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 as some people call it. And since it doesn't fit, I'll just back up the size a little bit until it does. There we go. And so basically, I have the full layout for this section done. The last piece, of course, that I have to add in is this information down here. And by the way, I zoomed in with Command or Control plus, and then I panned over by holding down the space bar. And what I'm going to do here is just click inside this box, and we'll type out the information for the company. So I'll type out 12 Lorem Street, and that's just Lorem Ipsum. It's a fake street. And so Houston, Texas, and fake zip code 12345. And then we'll put in a dash, and we'll type out phone. Phone number is 800-555-1234. And again, a dash, and fax. And that's going to be 101-555-1405. And then I'm going to press enter or return, go to the next line, and we'll type out email. And the email is info@company.com. Another dash, website, and www.company.com. There we go. And what I'm going to do now is select this, and I'm going to go up to the paragraph section, and we're going to right align that. We want that to butt right up against our logo over here, and I'm also going to flush it down towards the bottom so that it lines up with the bottom of our logo. And then again, I'm going to make this white so that it's easier to see. And so I would probably make some adjustments to this as well, and when we get into stylizing our text, you'll see exactly what those adjustments will be so that I can have a little bit more contrast and easily read this section more than I can right now. So let's zoom out and let's take a look. It looks pretty well weighted to me. I think the only area that I'm sort of worried about is up here in the top right-hand corner, but in general, it looks pretty well balanced. So from here, what I would do is just save this, and then I would go in and start applying my color scheme and font scale and theme on this document as well.